Good day, my friends. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to be learning some things on a break for the tune Wild Rose of the Mountain by this female group called Blue Rose. I think it was in the 80s maybe they put this record out. They had this tune called Wild Rose of the Mountain, which is actually by a guy named C-Con. But I am going to show you some things on this break because if you learn one thing on a tune, you can apply that same one thing to most every other tune. So when I'm teaching you on here, I'm not just teaching you how to play a song. I'm teaching you ideas that you can take to your own playing and then apply to so many other things. So we're going to be capo 4 today in the C shape, and we're going to be using the C major. We're going to be using a C major scale, C pentatonic kind of things, and I'm going to show you. For example, I've got the tune pulled up on Strum Machine here. Now, this wasn't on Strum Machine, so on Strum Machine you can create your own song. So I wrote this one out, the chords as I hear them, and it's this kind of thing. If I had one life to live, I'd surely live it over. And you know what? It might be closer to. It might just stay on the C chord. If I had one life to live, I'd surely live it over. But the bass kind of walks down, so I wrote that like that. If I have one life to live, I'd surely live it over. Only walk in brand new shoes, just lay down in clover. Only work on Christmas Day, all the rest go sporting. Spend my days down at the creek and every night go courting. Honey from the honeycomb, water from the fountain, sugar from the sugar cane, a wild rose of the mountain. And then we got a break. Now I'm going to show you how to play a break on this. I'm going to teach you the break that I just pulled the break from the song, but then I'm going to show you how to learn a break, but then put your own parts in it. So check this out. This is the break that I lifted from the tune. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got a kind of major scale idea starting here, and I've got the tabs written out, so let me just pull this up, this first phrase, and you can download the tabs in the description. This first little line here, that's just the major scale. You know, if you look at C major, and you keep going, if you do the scale pattern like this, and you can keep going down. You should learn the scale like that. So going down the scale, the entire scale with this pattern sounds like this, slow. Practice things like that. You know, to be able to go through a scale with a certain pattern. But we just use a little piece of that, which is this. You know, that's, if I have one life to live. It covers that line, the first line of the verse. If I have one life to live is, and then, surely live it over. That's the basic phrase. I hammer it on, actually. Something like that. So that's the first line. And then the second line, we do the same thing, just an octave down. We kind of move it that way, which is, you know, I like this little, I use this little chord, which is the, you know, the Jimi Hendrix Wind Cries Mary chord. So interesting line, actually. When you go to the F, I had never done that before, but that's the benefit you get from transcribing a break. You kind of get a couple new little things to add to your playing. So the second line, we got that. Now, when it goes to this, on the work on Christmas Day, all the rest go sporting. By the way, you should listen to the actual song. Like when I'm doing these lessons, get the songs pulled up on whatever you listen to music on and listen to the song so you can be understanding what I'm saying. When it goes to this F chord, on the work on Christmas Day, all the rest go sporting, and the G, we've got this line, which is, let's see, bar 6 of the tab. Again, grab it in the description here. Bar 5, on the work on Christmas Day, all the rest go sporting. So that little melody, on the work on Christmas Day, all the rest go sporting, we play it like this. And we've got that little phrase, on the work on Christmas, on the work on so that's bar 5, 6, and 7. Now here's what I really want to show you. We've got a tag lick, which means it's kind of the turnaround lick. So, on the work on Christmas Day, all the rest go sporting. Spend my days down at the creek and every night go courting. So for that line, that's kind of what turns the song around. So here's one example of a lick that you can play to turn the song around. So we've got, now I'm right here with this slide. So with that lick, you want to look at the rhythm of it. And I'm just going to start from this slide right here on bar 7. So so if you look at that rhythm, you know that by bar 9, beat 1, you want to land on a C chord, a C note, because that's the chord you're going to. So from bar 7 to bar 9, you have a space with which you can play anything. And in that space, you are playing a certain rhythm. So you can play whatever rhythm you want. But you want to make sure you're aiming to land on a C. So what I've done here on these tabs is, if you see the B section here, it says tag licks. So I just wrote out 1, 2, 3, 4 extra variations of a lick that you could play, as opposed to just the regular one that I've written in the A section break, which is and then so that lick, you can play something different than that. Like, for example, the second lick that I wrote right here, which is, you can see how I said alternate major. So it's an alternate lick just using the major scale. So I've got, so it's the same rhythm as the first lick, but this section, the second half of bar 11 and bar 8 on the original lick, is just a different choice of notes. So instead of going, for the first one I did, for the second one I did. So you can see how those two licks and are the same lick essentially. They're just different notes. They're landing on a C note at the end, but they're going ba ba da ba da ba da ba da, right? And ba da da ba da ba da ba da. So within, for example, that span, you could do a million different variations as long as you end on C. So you could use that same rhythm, ba ba da ba da ba da ba da, and play something else. Just a major scale. Or see how I'm playing the same rhythm? And I'm just ending on C. So that's something you can practice is, and I'll show you how this works even better. I'm going to play this for you one more time with Strum Machine. I'm going to slow it way down. I'm going to slow it down to 90. I'll play the whole break, and then I'll show you what I'm going to get you to work on. Check it out. Whole break. Now, I'm going to loop just this little tag section. So here's one variation. Now I'm going to do the same thing, play another variation. Okay, now I'll play another variation, bluesier. So you can see how I'm just trying to fill the space with something different each time. So I might choose from the major scale. And then this part right here is where I'm doing something different. So I'm going to try this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop it 4 times. Let's do 5 times. And I'm going to try to play something different each time on the second half. So the first half I'll play. And then on the ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, I'm going to try to play something different each time. Check it out. Okay, something different. Play something same. Different. Same. You get the idea there. I'm tagging it differently each time, and I can just loop that section to practice different tags. So what I've done here is on the tabs, I've written 5 different tag licks. So here's the first one. That's the first one. Here's the second one. Right, that's a bluesy one. Because I'm kind of using that blues sound. Okay, here's the third one. That's bar 16 here, this one. So this is one that, something that I wouldn't have normally played, but I wrote it out this way to, to play something different. So I came up with this idea. Even just that lick. That's something I wouldn't normally play. It's kind of like, it almost reminds me of Dickie Betts. That's kind of a Dickie Betts sounding thing to me. Of the Allman Brothers. So I put that in it. And then put some blues in it. So. And some Tony Rice. cool variation there. Let's look at this last one. What's this? Same idea. Oh yeah, but then I Doc Watson'd it. Right, that very first part of bar 19 is right, as opposed to the other one, which was the other one above. Right, instead it's gives you a little blues in there, Doc Watson blues, and then yeah, so this is almost like a Doc Watson kind of thing. So it's so I'll work on that lick slow, even just practice the sections of it, like I might just work on that section slow. See, I just dial in a section of the lick to make sure I can do that. So you can loop a little section, and then I might add a bit more. I'll try to put it all together. Speed that up, so I might play along with Strum Machine and try to put that lick in. Let's loop from the second. Let's loop from there. Right, not perfect, but that, you know, that's the idea. We're just trying a different lick each time. Now I also might just loop this entire track, like this verse of this song, and just try different things. So I'll give you an example. Let me do it a bit quicker. Let's do it at 100, and I'm just gonna try some different stuff. Might try something different on G. Something different again. So same. I'll try something different on F. Let's try something different. So now I might practice that a lot slower, but the idea is that I have like my mainstay licks, like this, you know. That's kind of the main thing. But when it goes to the F, I could have that main thing that I do. But when it goes to the F, I might try something different. You know, the idea is just to kind of mess around to see what works over in F. That's really the question. What works over in F? I can play like a C major pentatonic by emphasizing, you know, just emphasizing the 1, emphasizing the C. So, you know, there's lots of things you can do, but the idea is to play around and kind of find things. When it goes to the G, I can play a G blues lick. And then you've got a turnaround, which you can just use the major scale and try to land on C, or you can use the blues major pentatonic. You know, you can start to use these different ideas and just see what you can find. So this is the idea with Wild Rose of the Mountain, just, you know, practicing, you know, playing different stuff on the turnaround and getting some main licks that you have, and then some other stuff, and just exploring. But there is a tab there if you want to play around with that and find some things there that might be useful for you. You know, listen to the recording of the song, and you'll find some ideas there. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to give you guys some examples of stuff that you can work on, ways that you can practice things. So let me know if this is helpful for you, if you found anything helpful in this video, and if you have any other questions, please put them in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, help me build the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.